So we are back finally once again here on CARX Drifting Online. So I apologize for the delay in content, guys. I did put my Sherlock Holmes hat on for a while here. I had to, have a look into some shenanigans going on YouTube with content copying and stuff like that. People literally remaking videos almost word for word. So I thought I would have a look just to make sure it wasn't me being paranoid. And I wasn't being paranoid, it definitely was happening, but I'm not going to get into that today, guys. But anyways, we're going to be doing some drifting here. We are on Red Rock, and this is my SPECTOR RS 9080 drift build. Now, I haven't tandemed in about 4 weeks, so it was a little bit rusty, but nevertheless, we still managed to bang some doors, and we are lucky enough to get in with some Red Rock guy, not Red Rock, some Code Red guy here, who was, doing some pretty good lines, pretty clean S14, I will say, pretty nice, got that simplistic white on white look, really do like it. Now, like I said, pretty sketchy for this first run, and I had a guy here try to shut me out on this corner, but I said, sorry buddy, not going to happen. Take a whiff of that rear end right there, and as we were coming through here, the guy wasn't too impressed with the rear end, so we gave him a bit of a smooch with the front end, pushed him out of the way once again, and continued our line. Like I said, I wanted to get on this dude's door, and I don't appreciate people trying to push in. I will let some in, but for the most part, I'm going to shut you out regardless if you try and smudge your way into the lines there. But he had some strange lines, as you'll see right here. It was brake checking a bit, causing some mistakes on all sides. But I also wanted to show more than one side of this car and my skill by showcasing some in-car footage. I was doing some tandems here on the in-car view against this really clean S13. He was holding some solid lines, and also this really funky looking pink chaser up the front there, which we got some tandems in as well. Unfortunately, when you do tandem, you can't exactly look around freely, which kind of sucks, so you can't gauge who's behind you, and just look at the rear view mirrors and the wing mirrors, right? It looks like someone rubbed Vaseline over them and then put Glad wrap over it. You can't see anything out of them. Pretty ridiculous, but nevertheless, once again, being as skillful as we are over here, we managed to pull off some good little tandems here with this guy before he decided to turn into a magician, which you'll see pretty soon. But nevertheless, was a lot of fun. Definitely happy to be back on this game, clapping some of the doors of the guys in this game. But man, I tell you what, I've only been away for 4 weeks, and already the game is completely different. Everyone's style is so much different, as you'll see in this clip right here. So in this clip right here, I'm actually following this pretty nice S14 once again. This guy came in pretty aggressive, but that's all good. And I've never actually taken this line, and I had no clue where the heck this guy was going. What are we doing? Is this Colin McRae rally all of a sudden? And as you can see, Goosey has talked about this earlier in his latest video. Why is everyone popping reverse drifting? Everyone was doing this when I was tandeming this day. They keep flipping it into reverse and drifting in reverse. It was really weird. Knowing me, I still tandemed, but it was a lot of fun. It was odd, but it was still a lot of fun. And as you can see, with this thing being so freaking fast, I probably spent more times on my brakes than I did on the accelerator, because this thing is just so freaking quick. So, as you can see, this car does handle really well. I decided to finish this clip off with a little bit of solo drifting here in a public lobby on my favorite track, Red Ring, one of the most underrated tracks on the game in my opinion. It's got everything you want. It's got tight corners, it's got cool little clipping points, it's got a wicked reverse entry. I don't know why people don't rock this track more often. It's actually a lot of fun, and as you can see here, I can whip it in nicely. Like it pretty much feels like it's 100 AD, but it's not. It's really trippy, and it's a great car to use in the 90 AD lobbies. So I'm going to go ahead and end the clip here and jump into the tune setup for you guys. Okay, so now on to the meat of the build. If you haven't figured this one out already, or if you missed it at the start of the video somehow, we are doing a SPECTOR RS 9080 drift build. Now, you can actually convert this over to 100 AD with a few simple changes. You can just go ahead and maybe increase the power, increase the tire width, and you should be pretty much good to go. This thing does pretty much clap in the 100s as well. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the meat of the build. So to start off with, we have the ultimate mod. For the body kits, let's go to the start. We have R&T. For the front lights, we have stock. Front bumper, we are using custom bodyworks. For the hood, we are using R&T. For the fenders, we are using R&T Street. For the roof, we are using R&T. Side mirrors, slide performance. Roll cage, custom performance. Side skirts, custom bodyworks. For the trunk, it's stock. Rear bumper, we are using bash bar. For the spoiler, we are using custom bodywork. For the tail lights, we are using slide performance. For the exhaust, we are using proflow. And over to the wheels, we are under stock and we are using these ones right here. Now moving over to the livery, we are actually using a custom livery which I do have on the channel already. If you go ahead and look at, what car is it? I think it's like one of the chasers. If you just look on my channel, I think it's a CARX 2 or something like that. I have like a matte black on the front and then like a red on the rear. I'll actually show you guys what I'm talking about on camera. Where is it? This one right here. But on the video on my channel, it'll be red and black on the rear and matte black on the front. It's actually this design right here. It's exactly the same as this. Literally all I did is add the stuff on the back to the front. Instead of having the matte black on the front, I added the stuff on the back to the front, and it completely changed the car and it made it look dope as hell. I think it's really, really sick. And for the wheels, I made like a metallic black lip with a metallic silver insert, and I think it looks really, really nice as well. More of a stealth style build, but I honestly love this look. I think it looks dope as hell. It's definitely my favorite car at this point. So now onto the drift tune setup itself. Okay, there we go. Now, like I said earlier, you can use this for 100s. So the changes I personally would make that you should have no issue with converting this thing over to 100 AD is just crank these all the way up so it's at max power. That's the first thing I would do. I would put this at 290 in the rear, keep this the same, keep all of this pretty much the same. I would probably bump this in by 1, so bring that in by 1 down to 13 because the wheel will stick out a little bit more, so you want to counter for that. You can leave all of this as it is, maybe put this at 80 or 85 kPa. And for the suspension, you're pretty much good to go. You should be exactly the same on all of this. Maybe put caster at 11 so you're a little bit more snappy, and bring this down to 0 so you know, there's more body roll in the rear so you can get a little bit more traction, because you guys already know how it is in 100s and up. Everyone just wants to pretty much race and go as fast as they possibly can, which makes making videos extremely hard because everyone's always crashing and passing and blah blah blah. But anyways, let's go ahead and exit out of there. That's going to be it for this build today, guys. If there's any other builds you want to see on the channel, don't forget to let me know in the comment section below. Also, I do not have a Discord, so if there's anybody out there that is nice enough and wants to make me a Discord, please let me know in the comment section below. That would be much appreciated. I don't really have the skill set to make that all the time, but you know, I'll definitely make people moderators so they can take care of that stuff. For me personally, I really can't stand it. It just becomes a gossip circle for the most part. But anyways, if you want a Discord and you know how to make one, and you want to, you know, provide your services because you just love me, that would be awesome. Much appreciated. And I got some cool stuff coming up for you guys in the near future, so please make sure, out of breath there, please make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for some cool future content. And with that out of the way, guys, I'm Solo Bandit. Thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.